Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this afternoon's NAHL TV live stream broadcast of the 2024 Tier 1 U18 matchup of the century. I'm telling you, this is going to be the best Tilly you've ever seen in your entire life. This afternoon, we've got the Ohio Blue Jackets against the Philadelphia Junior Flyers. The Blue Jackets, obviously, in the navy blue sweaters, and the Junior Flyers rocking the white and orange. And let me be honest with you, there is nothing better in this world than Tier 1 U18 hockey, and if you disagree with me, you're wrong. That's all there is to it. So we're just going to jump right into the action. We're playing 3 17-minute periods this afternoon with a resurface halfway through the second. So once we get to the end of the first period, don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen, because the action will just keep on flowing. And here we are with the Flyers in possession. They're going to try to do a little dump and chase there, but it just bangs off the referee. Now the Flyers looking to regroup, and we are hitting hard right off the get-go. Here's Blum for the Flyers trying to go cross-ice. It's picked off. Now here's McGee. 2-on-1 chance, possibly for the Blue Jackets, and he fires into the glove of the Junior Flyers netminder. That is number 32, Freddie Jackson, in between the pipes, wearing the white, orange, and black. He stands at 5'9", 141 pounds. And on the other end, in between the pipes, minding the net for the Blue Jackets is, I believe that is number 31, Tyler Haley. And now the puck's going to pop out to neutral ice. And now here comes the Flyers. It's Mantolino up in the slot. There's a shot. That one goes wide. Now back in the slot for the Flyers. Another one goes up over the net. Philadelphia can't quite put it on frame just yet, but they are firing on all cylinders. So it seems their bench is fired up as well. They don't quite connect on that pass. And now Jackson is going to come out of his crease as the Junior Flyers reset. That's Nitishian trying to feather it forward. He gets the puck back. Now he's across the blue. Toe drag release. That one goes wide. Nice turnover there for the Flyers. Here's a chance. Shot. Glove save. And it's pushed back out of the zone. It is all Philadelphia in the first 2 minutes of this one. And Haley has had his work cut out for him, but he does well to stand tall and deny Ohio that chance. Now here comes Ohio, streaking through the zone on his backhand. Was number 21. But now it's the Flyers coming back the other way. Up to the point was Campanella. He couldn't quite hold on to it. Now it's pushed forward for LaGreca. He tries to chip it down in the zone. The Blue Jackets are there to retrieve it. Now back out to center ice. LaFleur trying an escape move. He gains the red and dumps it in to give his team the chance to change. Nice break out there from Ohio. They've got a 3-on-2. Here's a pass and a chance that goes just wide. I thought that snuck in there just for a moment. Haas dumping it in. Haley out of his crease to play the puck. Now it's chipped forward and chipped up into the ceiling for a whistle by the Flyers. And wow, the intensity and the tension in the rink is palpable. Both benches are firing right now. Both teams are firing. And I'm so excited, I'm literally shaking. This is just the most fun I've ever had calling a hockey game. And I definitely don't say that about every game, because this one is just incredible. I mean, these boys are just banging the bodies, shooting the pucks hard. Oh! It's just incredible. And earlier this morning, I was on the call for a U15 game and a U16 game. And now we've leveled up to U18, and this is by far the most intense rink number 3 here at the Blaine National Sports Center this morning. It has been this morning. That's right, we are on rink number 3 here at the National Sports Center in Blaine, Minnesota, coming to you live from NAHL TV. This is where you will catch all of this weekend's Tier 1 action. Now the Blue Jackets trying to work something on the offensive end. They'll send it up to the point with Forney. He'll go D to D. Now cross-ice pass, one-timer. Just slides off the stick of Trout. Now Trout to retrieve in the far corner. He moves it up to the point. Now D to D over to Forney. Will he shoot? He won't. He'll dump it down. Now it's back up to Forney. He goes for the one-timer. It's blocked. He gets another chance, and it's blocked again. The Flyers are fired up. Now the puck bounces out to center ice. It's feathered forward, but the Flyers can't connect on that stretch pass. Now it's back the other way. Murphy dropping it to Trout. He tries to go cross-ice, but it's picked off. Blum gains the red line for the Flyers. He chips it in and goes in on the forecheck. Scrum in the corner. It ends up on the stick of Natishian. He fires, pad save by Haley. Flyers. Puck pops out into the slot. Can they bang it home? Haley's there to meet it. And we'll get a whistle for a save. Woo-hoo! It is heating up. 11:05 here to go in the first period. Game remains scoreless, but there is plenty of puck to be played here this afternoon. The Blue Jackets come away with that draw. They look to stretch up towards number 21, but they don't quite connect. Flyers trying to come the other way. It's picked off. There's a shot from a sharp angle blocker save. Now here's the Flyers looking to reset. They'll set up behind the net, patiently waiting for the right chance to break out of the zone. Nice little drop pass there, similar to how a lot of teams break out on the power play, but they do it full strength, and they don't quite gain the red, so we're going to get a whistle for an icing. .10:14 here to go in this first period of play. The Flyers are going to try to ring that one around, but Holmes holds the zone for the Blue Jackets. Mantolino, the captain for the Flyers, trying to dump it down. The Blue Jackets almost stretching it to Holmes, but it is covered up in the glove of Jackson for a whistle. A lot of time spent in the neutral zone here in this first period so far, which is how these games between two evenly matched teams typically go. I'm anticipating once these benches get a little bit more fatigued, we're going to see more chaos, more odd man rushes, more chances later in this game. But the legs are fresh right now for these boys, even though I'm sure they've been playing all weekend long. And the Blue Jackets trying to hold the zone. They look D-to-D, but no one's there. Here's Mantolino gaining the blue. He tries to drop, doesn't find a friendly stick. Now here's Dustin for Ohio. Dustin fires, picks up his own rebound, finds a teammate on the point, shot! And it's just deflected wide. The Flyers come up with it behind the net. They aren't able to break out cleanly, and it's tied up along the half wall now. And LaFleur of the Flyers trying to get that one deep for his team to change, but it's just blocked up. Trout to Murphy. Murphy takes a hit there. And now the Flyers looking to stretch the ice. It makes its way down to Haley, who's forced to play it. Now move forward for the Blue Jackets. 2-on-2 shot, glove save by Jackson. With 8:15 here to go in the first. And I will say there is a solid amount of in-person fans. I hope there's just as many of you watching this at home. But it is a lively Rink 3 this afternoon here in Blaine. Borg is there to meet that stretch pass from the Flyers. And we get a whistle from the Zebras. And it's going to be a draw down at the other end of the ice in the Ohio zone. Founds with it for the Flyers. Nice little bump pass, and they score! And that is just textbook from the Philadelphia Junior Flyers. That's number 29 with the tip finish. That is Mr. Grant LaGreca opening the scoring in this afternoon's Tilly. And LaGreca puts his name on the score sheet and opens his account in the puck bank with 7:50 to go here in the first. I did not quite catch who got the 2 assists on that LaGreca goal, but it was a nifty bump pass to a shot and a tip. Incredible work from Philadelphia there. Now here's a one-on-one chance. Shot! Glove saved by Haley. It's out in front. And the Flyers are hungry for another one. Going in tough on the forecheck. They do hold the zone. There's a shot. That one goes wide. And Ohio is not able to connect on that pass, and we'll get a whistle for an icing with 7 minutes to go here in the first. Ohio wins that draw clean backwards. It comes up to the slot for the Flyers, and that shot gets deflected wide. Now, the Blue Jackets will dump it down with a little bit too much mustard for another icing and a whistle. Blue Jackets win that one clean backwards, and they might have a 2-on-1 opportunity, but it's broken up defensively. Nicely done by the Flyers to deny that odd man rush. Now here's a sharp-angled chance for Philadelphia, but it's broken up. Here comes the Blue Jackets back through center ice. Wolf looking to ring that one around town. Now it's over to McGee in the corner. McGee cycles. Murphy can't hold on to it. Now here comes Philly. Little side-to-side pass blocker save there. Haley forced to flash the leather. And the Blue Jackets are just going to whack that one deep into the Flyers zone and get a quick change. Sarver recycling to Natishian. Back to Sarver. Now it's up to the point for Ohio. Nice pass for the Blue Jackets. I was struggling to read the name on the back of the sweater there. But nonetheless, the puck ends up on the other side of the ice for a whistle and an icing. Whew. It's about that time of day I start thinking about what I'm going to have for lunch. I had 4 eggs scrambled in butter, topped with pepper, salt, and sriracha sauce for breakfast with an avocado on the side. Then I had a banana for a snack. Now I'm thinking about a Chipotle bowl or burrito for lunch. I'll get back to you guys later this game on if I'm going to have a burrito or a bowl. I'm really not sure. It's kind of just what speaks to me when I roll into the parking lot. I've got a gift card for my mom. Really excited to use it after this. That shot goes wide. Here comes the Blue Jackets with speed. Sharp-angled shot. Gets wedged underneath the leather of Jackson for a whistle with 4:48 to go here in the period. We've got Vo lining up across from Butter. Number 88 is one of the captains, or is he just the sole captain for the Flyers? I am not sure yet. Here's Reed backpedaling over to Forney for Ohio. Butter is not the only captain. Founds also wears the C for Philadelphia. Now it's feathered forward. Butter on the forecheck. He chips it ahead, but is met swiftly in the corner by the Ohio defenseman. Puck pops out into the slot for LaGreca, the goal scorer. Over to Butter on the half wall. He tries to cycle. Reed is without a stick currently. There's actually 2 players without a stick and a save made by Haley. So there's a stick lodged in the boards back behind the Blue Jackets net. And then there was also one floating ownerless on the ice. But all is reset and the sticks are returned to their rightful owners now with the puck drops. And there's a quick shot off the draw, saved by Haley. That shot from the point gets blocked. Here's Dustin. He gets clobbered just as he was about to gain the blue. That's a smart step up by number 23 of Philadelphia. Puck's moved over to McGee. McGee dodges one, gets back to his forehand, fires, and it's tipped up in the slot. McGee with it still. He moves it over to Dustin. Dustin will take a hit in the corner. He'll dodge one, find McGee on the back door. He's got tons of time and room. But that shot goes off the blocker of Jackson. McGee on the point. He'll walk the line. Surveys, waits, fires. It's blocked. That was Raybiger on the block. He tried to advance the puck up ice, but it falls into possession of Ohio. Frank looking to drop for Murphy. They don't quite connect. Borg chipping it along the blue line. Now Blum fires into the glove of Haley, and we'll get a whistle with 2:22 here to go in the first. Blum on the draw for the Flyers. He wins it back. Netishian firing off the half wall, pushed into the corner by Haley. Now back up to Netishian. He'll fire once more, and it's blocked up over the glass for a whistle. No fan was harmed, so not to worry. That's one back for Sarver. He'll fire, and it goes wide. Now Netishian with it on the point. He'll fire once more. It's tipped by Kenzie. That also goes wide. Sarver, nice quick backhand pass to his D partner. Netishian dumps it in towards Haley while taking a hit, and the Blue Jacket netminder will elect to cover that one for a whistle. So 1:50 to go here in period number 1. Netishian winds up. His shot is blocked. It ends up in the high slot and now pushed into the corner. Forney over to Reed. Wraparound chance off the post, and they score! Yahoo! It's the Philadelphia Junior Flyers doubling their tally on the score sheet after a strange bounce behind the net, a wraparound opportunity off the post, and batted in. I think that was batted in out of the air. And what an effort by the Junior Flyers as they go up 2-0 with just about a minute here to go in the first. And I am currently waiting for the goal call from the system loudspeakers, just so I can properly address who was awarded assists on that effort from Philadelphia. That stretch pass goes long for the Blue Jackets. No icing was called. And I'm not hearing anything over the loudspeaker on who scored for Philadelphia, so I do apologize. But hey, they know who they are. They know who scored. And I think that's all that matters, huh? It's what's in the heart. But I'm sure you would all like to know as well if you didn't catch it off rip. Campanella goes D to D. That stretch pass is broken up. Borg throws it into the back of Wolves' skates. Or skate. Now Dustin moving it cross ice. It's behind the net with the Blue Jackets. Moved out into the high slot. And it falls for the stick of Mantolino. So there's 3 players wearing the C for the Flyers as far as I can tell. Drop pass for the Blue Jackets. Dustin takes a hit mid-shooting motion, and that will force him to ramp it up into the net for a whistle with just 2.6 seconds left in the period. So it appears that the Ohio Blue Jackets are going to be setting up for a quick shot off the draw. Murphy is for sure going to try to bat this forward with his forehand, and he comes up just a little bit short as the buzzer sounds to whistle the end of period number 1. But don't go anywhere just yet, ladies and gentlemen. We're just going to have a quick 1-minute break as the teams go to the drawing board. We will resurface halfway through period number 2 at the 8:30 mark. So stick around here on NAHL TV. Don't go anywhere just yet. Alrighty, the puck is dropped for period number 2. Currently in this U18 once-in-a-lifetime matchup between the Philadelphia Junior Flyers and the Ohio Blue Jackets. Philly leads 2-0. Sharp angled shot gets deflected wide. For Ohio, it's down in the corner now. In the corner still. Now it pops out. Philadelphia comes into possession. The Ohio forechecking unit working hard to maintain the zone, but now it pops out to center ice. Reed forced to chip it ahead. Now Gibbs is going to move it backwards for Philadelphia. That cross-ice pass doesn't end up on the stick of anyone. So now Reed is going to backpedal and move it over to his D partner. And another pass does not find a friendly stick for Ohio, and we're going to get a whistle for an icing with 16 minutes here to go in the second. That draw gets one in favor of the Blue Jackets, who elect to dump it southbound for an icing. So we'll get a draw in the same place we just had one. That draw gets one in favor of Philly, and a quick shot goes off the knob of Haley's stick. Sarver's there to retrieve the chipped-ahead puck for Philly. He chips it forward and takes a spill. Now it's moved up to Honig. Forward once more. Now it's Feathered through to the far corner. Honig trying to ring it around. Now it's up to the point. One-time shot gets not quite fanned on, but feathered on. Then it'll knuckle puck its way into the far corner. Now Case, he'll wind up. Fire. Big rebound out in front. Puck is still loose. And Jackson is able to make the save before more harm is done. Ohio wins that draw back. And that shot is pushed over to the half wall by Jackson. Now it's up to Goodfellow on the point. He'll fire. That one goes wide, glove side. Matthews connects cross ice with LaGreca, but Butter is offsides just barely, so we'll get a whistle for a draw outside the zone. Ohio wins that draw and goes D to D, but that cross ice pass is broken up. Now Butter gains the zone, albeit not cleanly. Now Ohio is able to escape the zone. Here's a 2-on-2 rush. Cross ice pass gets poked away, but the Blue Jackets maintain the zone. Looked dangerous for a second. We got calls for too many men as the puck moseyed its way up towards the Blue Jacket bench while a couple players were changing, but no arm comes up. There's a shot and a goal! The puck pops out opportunistically on the tape of Holmes in the high slot, and he does not hesitate to bury that one in the top left corner. That's an absolute missile from number 9. Charlie Holmes, the right-handed shot from the Ohio Blue Jackets, and he cuts the Philadelphia Flyers lead in half with 13:40 to go here in the second. Ladies and gentlemen, I told you this would be the greatest U18 Tier 1 hockey game you've ever seen in your life, and has it disappointed? No. I'll answer that for you. It has not. Holmes, the goal scorer, turns and fires off 1 foot. It ends up in the corner for Ohio. Now, that puck pops out into the neutral zone. Case, backpedaling. He'll fire it forward. Albright to retrieve for Philly. Frank is going to grab that one out of the air, but not before he ends up in an offside position for a whistle. So Blum lines up across from Trout. Neither win that one cleanly, but Gibbs will manage to dump it in to the Ohio zone. Now it's moved forward. Blum loses it. One-time shot, deflection, pad save by Haley. He flashes the white leather. That one very well could have trickled by. Albright takes a hit, but dumps it in. McGee there to meet it. Now to Case. Case moving it up. Albright fires. That shot gets blocked. And the boys are banging bodies in the corner. D to D along the blue line. Albright mohawking. He fires. It's blocked. Now puck sets up behind the net. A little bit of a scrum in the corner. Finds Blum on the point. He's got time and room to shoot. He fires, but it's blocked. Now the Blue Jackets are going to dump that one down towards Jackson just to relieve a little bit of pressure. And we're going to get a whistle for an icing with 11:36 on the clock in the second. So that means in about 3 minutes we're going to get a buzzer to sound the halfway point of this one. And we'll get a resurface. That cross-ice pass gets deflected for the Blue Jackets. Sarver shipping it forward. Now Sarver with it. Bickle had it for a moment. Here comes Logue. Logue on his backhand. Cuts back to his forehand. Now the puck pops back out to center ice. Backhand saucer pass meets Dustin, who pushes it forward. That shot goes wide for the Blue Jackets. A little bit of a friendly collision there. And now it's Bickle moving it cross ice to Butter. Or excuse me, that's Mantalini. Oh! And that shot gets deflected wide. Nice move on the point by Campanella, but he doesn't get the shot off. Spin move by Logue. Now to Mantalino. Mantalino with it on the half wall. Just realized I said Mantalini a couple seconds ago, but I have now corrected myself. Sarver chips it around Wilmoth, the forechecker, whose stick promptly snaps as the Zebras are going to throw their arms up to call a penalty on the Blue Jackets. Here's Butter. Jackson streaking out of his net. Over to Bickle. Nice passing play for Philadelphia. They have 6 skaters on the ice. Butter trying to feather it up to the blue line for Sarver, as the Philly netminder had made a mad dash to the bench there in favor of an extra skater, but it proves fruitless. What could bear fruit, though, is this 2-minute power play that the Philadelphia Junior Flyers are about to go on. Because number 28 of the Ohio Blue Jackets, Tyler Wilmoth, is going to spend some time in the sin bin. For what crime, you ask? I believe it was cross-checking. I could be wrong. What does Philly have up their sleeve? And another penalty is going to get called on the Blue Jackets. It's going to be a 5-on-3, but it'll be 6-on-4 until the whistle blows, and the whistle does blow now. So Jackson, forced to make his second sprint in just under a minute to the Flyers bench, will return to the crease. But now, number 5 of Ohio, Mr. Mitchell Reed, is going to sit for 2. So it's a party in the penalty box for the Blue Jackets, as they have a mountainous task ahead of them to kill off almost 2 full minutes of 5-on-3 hockey. The Flyers with a 2-man advantage. What can they do? I'm just shaking to see. I can't wait. Here's Founds. Working it D to D. Mantelino up to Founds. Will he shoot? He will. Pad save by Haley. Founds, the captain, over to Mantelino, the other captain. Now Founds with it. They've opened up space. He had Blum on the back door who fans on it. Now it's with Mantelino. Over to Founds. He'll mohawk his way across the top. It's blocked by Dustin. Nicely done by the Blue Jackets. And Dustin blocks another. It's a hero shift for number 37. The kid's a warrior. He can barely stand. And the buzzer sounds to mark the halfway point of period number 2. Incredible work by the Ohio Blue Jackets penalty kill. And what a shift by Colin Dustin to block those shots, as he'll definitely be grabbing an ice pack as the Zammer comes on to give us a fresh sheet of ice. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the score line sits 2-1 in favor of Philadelphia over Ohio. We will be right back in just about 10 minutes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the puck has just dropped on the second half of the most thrilling, scintillating Tier 1 U18 matchup you have ever seen between the Philadelphia Junior Flyers and the Ohio Skibbity Rizzler Blue Jackets. The scoreline currently sits at 2-1 in favor of the Philly Junior Flyers. And they are currently on a 2-man advantage. For those of you just tuning in, well, the Skibbity Rizzlers are down 2. And there's a shot, rebound, Haley makes the save, and it's pushed into the corner. So just about 30 seconds, another big save by Haley. 30 seconds until the Blue Jackets return to full strength. Can the Junior Flyers capitalize on this 2-man advantage? Here's Founds. One-time shot. That one goes wide. And the puck escapes the zone. Okay, I apologize for my momentary silence. Had to respond to a very important message regarding a vote. A vote because I sent a poll into a group chat of my friends asking, should I get a bowl or a burrito when I go to Chipotle after this? Because I couldn't decide for myself. And the vote is in. I am getting a bowl. And oh man, I'm excited. Now the next question is chicken or steak. Because normally I get chicken because it's a little cheaper, but I do have a gift card, as I mentioned before. So maybe I'll get steak today. I'm not sure. Here comes the Flyers with speed. And now the Blue Jackets are back to 5-on-5 hockey. What an exceptional kill of the penalty from Ohio. Scoreline remains 2-1 in favor of the Flyers. The Blue Jackets don't connect on that stretch pass. Nice, nifty drop pass. Here's Kenzie cutting centrally. He'll fire that one wide. Sarver can't quite hold the blue line for the Flyers, and we're going to get a whistle for offsides. Now, I was impressed with Philadelphia's effort on that 5-on-3 power play, but I think the standout was Colin Dustin's effort just before the buzzer sounded to mark the halfway point, when he blocked not one but two back-to-back shots and promptly limped off the ice. But those are some impressive heroics, and I think that's what set up Ohio to have the momentum. Through the legs pass, shot, save! Oh my gosh! It should have been on a highlight reel. What a nifty pass. I think that was LaGreca or Matthews, one of the two. And what a creative effort. But Haley managed to stand tall. He is put on quite the performance in between the pipes for the Blue Jackets. He's made several big saves. But both netminders have been pretty solid. Sarver doing well there to help his team gain the blue. But now the puck will come back out to center ice. He'll drop it for Butter. Here's Butter across the blue. He's going to do a little bit of dump and chase. Haley, active as usual to poke that puck into the corner. Now Butter with it. Over to the half wall. Cross ice pass. That one gets broken up. Sarver's got time to shoot. He will. But that one gets blocked. Now Reed's going to ring that one around town. And it takes a weird bounce off the glass. Now back to Sarver. Bank pass to Matthews. He'll feather it in on his backhand and send LaGreca on the forecheck. LaGreca finds Matthew to the back door. Shot. Saved by Haley. And the net is off. So the referees will whistle. But almost another nice passing play there by the Flyers. Ohio wins that draw back. It was attempted to be thrown forward, but just took a deflection. Might have been off the ref. Here's Raddick wheeling his way through center ice and a big-time hit. Woo-hoo! Absolutely melted was that Flyers player. And the puck ends up in the glove of Haley for a whistle, but the boys are remaining physical. It's been a tough battle in the corners. That's definitely the biggest hit we've seen all game. But that's a good sign. Shows some competitive spirit between these young men as they fight to triumph in the game of hockey and in the game of life. Here comes Vo across the blue, over to Holmes. He'll fire. Jackson makes the save, though. Here's McGee meeting the puck as it gets rung around. Now Reed forced to retreat for the Blue Jackets, and they'll fire it forward. Excuse me, that was Case firing it forward for a whistle and an icing. Quick shot off the draw. That one gets deflected wide. Now Ohio looking to wheel their way out of the zone. Here's Wilmuth. He chips it forward sending the Blue Jackets hard in on the forecheck. They've got 3 deep. And Wolf sitting in the slot. Rebound is there. Back to Reed. He'll fire, and it's blocked wide. Sarver fighting with Wolf in the corner. Wilmoth comes out with it. He takes another hit from Sarver. Weird bounce off the glass once more. Now, here's Mantolino up through center ice. He gets pinned in the corner. 3:26 to go in the second. And Mantolino's bucket pops off of his dome piece. And we're going to get a whistle because we can't have anyone skating around there without protection. You feel me? So 3:16 here to go in the second. Scoreline remains at 2-1. Unfortunately, there is no shot counter on the scoreboard here in rink number 3. And there's a big hit as Philly gives one back. But there's no score counter on the scoreboard. But if there was, I am fairly confident it would show shots are overwhelmingly in favor of Philadelphia. And here's Trout, but that's not to say that the Blue Jackets haven't been providing some offensive effort. As the scoreline suggests, wraparound opportunity, that one gets deflected wide. Blum looks to fire. And Haley's going to ramp that one with his stick up into the netting for a whistle with 2:25 to go. Ohio is able to win that draw cleanly backwards. And Honig is going to dump that one deep into the zone. Ohio hard on the forecheck. The Flyers trying to chip it forward. Ohio holds the zone. Kick save by Jackson. Butter looking to stretch pass. They're in on a breakaway. Here's LaGreca. He fires wide. LaGreca already on a goal today, and they score! After missing on the breakaway, the Flyers are able to find the back of the net. That is number 88. It's not Patrick Kane. But it is Joseph Butter, the captain for Philadelphia, who extends the Junior Flyers lead to 3-1 with 1:53 here to go in the second. What an effort on the quick rebound. And Jackson comes out of his crease to cover that one up. And tensions certainly are rising as we get later and later into this Tilly. Wilmoth lining up on the draw. The Blue Jackets wins it cleanly backwards. Now it's fired into the far corner. And now it pops out to center ice. One-on-one chance here for the Flyers. Quick shot. And a big save there by Haley. He does well to bump that puck up into the netting for a whistle. But a nice, smooth release by Ryan Nichols. 18 here to go in the second. Sarver to retrieve the puck for the Flyers. Not without a hard forechecking squad from Ohio, but he does manage to make his way out to the other end of the ice. And there's a huge hip check. And a quick shot rebound there for the Blue Jackets. And it is pandemonium right now. I can't even keep up with my call because there's so much going on. Under a minute to go here in the first. Nichols gains the zone for the Flyers. He'll dump it in. The Flyers with it still. Up to Albright on the point. He'll wait. Fire! Blocker save there by Haley. Now down low for the Flyers once again. Just under 20 seconds to play. Can the Blue Jackets break it out? Here's Frank. He gains the red. He gains the blue. He's all alone. 10 seconds to go now. Now the Flyers searching, trying to find a way to get down to the other end of the ice before the buzzer sounds, but they do not. That is the end of period number 2. But do not go anywhere yet, ladies and gents. No resurface before the third period. Just a quick 1-minute break. And we will be right back on NAHL TV. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the puck has now dropped to mark the start of period number 3 in this U18 thriller between the Ohio Blue Jackets and the Philadelphia Junior Flyers. It really does not get much better than this, and that's what I've been saying all afternoon. It is just the most exciting game of hockey anyone has ever witnessed. And that is no exaggeration. This is even more exciting than a game of OG Fortnite, which I will definitely be going home and playing after this. And oh man, am I excited. Hopefully I get a golden scar. It's the best gun in the game after all. But enough talk about gaming, because we've got a real sports game happening right in front of us. That shot goes off the blocker of Haley up into the netting for a whistle. The Flyers are able to win that backwards for Founds. He'll fire it off the half wall, but it gets deflected. Now 3-on-2 opportunity here for the Blue Jackets. Drop to Dustin. He'll shoot, but it's blocked up, and now the Flyers are going to come back the other way. Kenzie can't quite connect with Albright. Now it's up to McGee. McGee forward to Dustin. Dustin is going to hold off. Fire from a sharp angle. Blocker save. Rebound out in front. And now here's Case, who's going to move it down low. Pass makes its way out front, and now it's rung around over to the other half wall. McGee firing. Blocked shot. Honig goes down, and it looks like he took down a Flyers player with him and clipped him in the face, as that is number 27 of the junior Flyers, clutching his face mask. That's Nitishian, who looks a little bit roughed up. He seems to be okay. He's gotten to his feet on his own. But that does mean Mr. Cohen Honig will head to the Sindinski for two with 15:44 here to go in the third. So the Flyers are going to get another chance on the peeper. And this is the first man advantage we'll have in the third period. Obviously, as we have just started our third trimester of play. Nitishian moving it along the blue line. Saucer pass doesn't connect for the Flyers, but they remain in possession. Nitishian, he'll fire. That one gets ramped up into the ceiling for a whistle. The Flyers win that drawback once more. Butter's going to move it over. It's rung around town for Philadelphia. Nitishian is going to fire! And it was deflected up onto the shoulder of Haley, who manages to make the stop. For a moment there, I thought it trickled over and found its way into the back of the net, but no dice for Philadelphia. Nice save there by Haley once again. And the Flyers will elect to switch up their power play unit. They've still got a minute 29 with a man advantage. Case trying to spin away from the Flyers forecheckers. He manages to fire it down towards Jackson. No icing call. Now here comes Blum with speed. Double sevens. Trying to evade the poke check of McGee. He fails to do so. But now the Flyers, little 1-2 touch pass. It falls for Gibbs. One-time shot, pad save, rebound out in front. It's kicked out into the high slot. No one's there to meet it. Kenzie gets caught up by Vo. Case is going to elect to turn and fire it down towards the other end. And we'll get a whistle for an icing with 14:17 to go in the third. 33 seconds remain on this junior Flyers power play opportunity. The Flyers maintain possession off that draw. Good speed and good hands by Logue there. He looks to drop it on the half wall. LaGreca comes up with it. Now Sarver moving it over to the half wall. Up to LaGreca in the slot. He's got time to shoot, and he fires it wide. Now Butter wheeling the zone. Holds onto it, and the Blue Jackets are back to full strength. He feathers it through to LaGreca on the back door. He gets tied up by Trout. High stick gets waved off as Bickle crosses the blue with speed. Bickle power turns. Down to Sarver. They don't quite connect. Looked as if Dustin was maybe going to have a chance at that free puck as he gets counter hit into the next ice arena. Man, the Flyers are fired up. Woo-hoo. So 12:57 to go here in the third. Quick draw. And a shot is fired right underneath the leather of Jackson as he does well to make that save. Seconds after the puck was dropped. Ohio wins that draw cleanly. That shot gets fired wide, and they score! Incorrect. They do not score. As I believe there was some goaltender interference is why the refs elected to wave that one off. Jackson was close to being out of his crease. Another player from the Flyers spilled over him, disabling Jackson from getting back into the front of the net, and it was banged home by the Blue Jackets, who promptly celebrated, thinking they'd won a point on the score sheet, but no dice. And now the referees are just going to head over to the Blue Jackets bench to explain the situation. And as the refs make themselves clear, the Blue Jackets head coach shakes his head. He's probably thinking, "For serious?" And now the Blue Jackets will win that one backwards. Now it's rung around as Ohio pokes it into the zone. Albright is there to meet Wilmoth. They get tied up together. Cross-ice pass gets deflected over to the opposite half wall. Tied up on the half wall. The puck remains. Now here's McGee, backpedaling, firing, tipped wide. And now the Flyers will manage to break out of the zone successfully. They go for the bump pass zone entry option, but end up offsides instead. Right idea by Haas to streak forward. Maybe try to confuse the defense a little bit, but doesn't quite work that time. Now Philadelphia wins that back cleanly. Haley out of his crease to ring it around as the puck makes its way to neutral zone and back into the Ohio AAA zone. And that shot gets thrown from the point over to the half wall. Sarver's there to meet it and punch it back in deep. Kenzie trying to generate some offense with a toe drag release, but instead he is met with a defensive stick, and the puck ramps up into the netting for a whistle. That shot off the draw gets blocked. It's dumped in towards Haley, and he will cover it for another whistle. Haley actively poke checking as usual. Now the puck makes its way back to center ice. Flyers go D-to-D, but they don't quite connect as they make their way southbound. And now the Blue Jackets are going to be offsides, as this game is starting to slow down a little bit. A lot more whistles than I'd anticipated here in this third period. And it is presumably due to some fatigue in the legs of both of these teams, as they have been absolutely grinding in the most thrilling match you've ever seen, of course. And there's a big hit. The 71 of the Blue Jackets cuts through center ice, and Lowe gets stood up as he tries to dipsy-doodle his way towards a scoring opportunity. One-timer, big rebound out in front. And Jackson makes the save, but nice little drop pass to one T option there for Ohio. But Jackson stands tall in between the pipes. Now that puck gets rung around. LaGreca is there to meet it, but Raddick is able to hold the zone. Forney as well, but now it pops out, and Reed's going to be forced to go for a bank pass. They do connect. Here's Wilmoth across the blue. He tries to scoop his way around one, and then takes a hit in the corner. Bouncing puck, gets gloved out of the air, and now the Flyers are going to gain the red and dump it in. Now back to center ice. It's feathered forward and makes its way onto the tape of LaGreca. He'll shovel it down low. A little bit of a spill there in the corner. And now the Blue Jackets end up stationary along the blue line. It's Murphy all by himself. He'll dump it down low. Now over to McGee. He's got a chance to shoot, but his attempt goes wide. Case tries to wind up, and it gets deflected. Murphy down low, and that cross ice attempt is not met with a friendly stick. Now Ohio's going to dump it down low. Now the flow of the game has started to return. I might have willed that one back into existence, and hopefully I didn't just jinx it. Up on the point. There's a tip, and that one goes wide. McGee throwing it back down low for Ohio. Now Goodfellow down to the half wall. Up to McGee. He's got room to shoot. He fires. Deflection. Jackson's out of his crease. But now the Flyers are going to come back the way with speed, and they score! No one expected it. Not even Haley, who is stunned in net as Nichols threw that in. I think everyone in the rink thought he was either going to wheel around the zone or dump it in. But he beats Haley on the blocker side. And yahoo! The Flyers are up 4-2. 1 with 7:28 here to go in the third. So that was, once more, number 49, Ryan Nichols, lighting the lamp for Philadelphia with 7:16 to go in the third. Here comes Trout. Nice stretch pass there by Ohio, but they are not able to maintain the puck, so they'll be forced to retreat and go D-to-D with Wilmoth. Wilmoth gets pinned up by Haas in the corner. Now it's up to the point with Founds. He'll move it over to his D partner. Now it's rung around town. Ohio trying to break it out. They do so. Trout gains the red and dumps it in. Gibbs can't hold on to that bank pass. No icing, though. Reed's going to ring it around, as has been the theme this afternoon. Drop pass for the Blue Jackets. That doesn't turn out. Now here's Blum trying to spin his way around Reed, but takes a pretty hefty check instead. Sarver doing really well to step up there. Now it's moved around. The Blue Jackets will dump it in. 5:30 to go here in the match. Holmes will chip that one forward. Sarver to retrieve. Wolf on the forecheck. Wolf is able to pin the puck up, but Sarver escapes. Now it's McGee to backpedal. He'll go D-to-D to Case. Cross-ice pass to Raddick. Doesn't pan out as he takes a spill. And it looked like he just fell for a second. But the referees saw it as a penalty, I believe. Well, emphasis on the saw, as they have rescinded their decision on the call, as they realize that was a incorrect assessment of a hooking penalty, because he just fell down, which happens when you're skating on slippery ice. So we resume play, and the Flyers are going to dump that one down for an icing. McGee holding the zone for Ohio. Now back up to McGee. He goes defense to defense. That shot from Case gets blocked by his own man. And Galagli is going to make his way off the ice, clearly in a bit of pain. It looks like he took that one maybe right in the bicep or right in the wrist, just where your shoulder or elbow pads don't quite cover it. Unfortunate bounce for the kid. And now the Flyers are going to fire it down. Goodfellow to retrieve. Logue on the forecheck. Now up to Murphy. Murphy takes a hit. Bickle on the half wall for the Flyers. He gets tied up. There's a shot, and Logue blocks it. Bickle gains the zone. Nifty little through the legs move from Bickle. He goes through the legs again. But that shot is blocked. Put the kid on the all-hands team. He's pulling out all the stops. And now here's Wolf looking to recycle for Ohio. Patiently waiting to move it up was Reed. But Wolf was marginally offsides. And we'll get a whistle with 3:19 to go in the third. That puck gets dropped back. Haley elects to not cover it. The Blue Jackets are going to reset here. Number 21 cuts his way up the ice. Over to Radek. Tries to dump it down into the zone, but Founds will move it ahead. Founds almost gets it back. Little collision there on the far side. Sarver trying to dump it in. Cross-ice pass gets broken up by Butter. He'll chip it back to Sarver. Now cross-ice once more. Founds is going to ring it around town. And we are going to get a whistle with 2:26 to go, I believe, for Too Many Men. Many, many men. Na, 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 na. I can sing the whole 50 Cent song. That's a lie. I can't. I do like that song, though. But Butter, the captain for Philadelphia, is going to do some time for the crime of too many men on the ice. So now, in the dying minutes of this Tilly, Ohio's going to get one more chance on the power play. Dustin moving it down low. Honig over to Case on the far side, who just lets the puck slip under his stick there. Now Wolf to retrieve on the half wall. And the Flyers are just going to fire that one down towards the other end for a whistle. So 1:18 to go here on this Ohio Blue Jackets power play. And 1:44 left to go in the game. And now Haley has just made his way to the Ohio bench in favor of an extra skater for the Blue Jackets. And hey, you never know. You never know what could happen in a minute 44. And the Blue Jackets coaching staff is not giving up just yet, nor should they. Anything can happen in this beautiful game. As Goodfellow winds up, big rebound there. And the Flyers try to chip it out of the zone. Goodfellow does well to hold the blue and dump it back in. There is an empty net on the other side. So the Flyers, I'm sure, will be looking to slot one from distance if they have the chance. Goodfellow gloves that one out of the air, rings it around town. Now Wilmoth in the far corner. He'll move it up to the point. Back up to Goodfellow. Goodfellow's got Gologli. Gologli looks to shoot. The puck is scooped towards the net, but Jackson is able to make the save. Goodfellow is going to fire that one over to Gologli. Gologli up to Trout, over to Goodfellow. Now far side. That shot gets fanned on. Now they're waiting patiently on the back door. The Blue Jackets had a chance there for a moment. And that shot gets fired, blocked by a teammate. Fired once more, blocked by a Flyers player. Now we're back to full strength. Here's Murphy. Puck is sitting out in front. There's a rebound, a chance. And a penalty is called for cross-checking on the Flyers. So Albright is going to head to the sin bin for the last 15 seconds of this U18 Tilly. And Haley's going to stay out of his net as Ohio looks to maybe pot one more. It's one backwards for Ohio. Shot makes its way on net. There's a shot! Scrum out in front, but it's blocked by the Flyers. Now down into the corner, and the puck is going to make its way down to the other end as the buzzer sounds to mark the end of this one. So the Philadelphia Junior Flyers defeat the Ohio Blue Jackets 4-1 here in Blaine, Minnesota at the National Sports Center. Thank you for tuning in to the greatest, most thrilling U18 Tier 1 hockey game you have certainly ever seen in your entire life. This has been Bishop Schugel on the call here on NAHL TV. Thank you for taking time out of your Sunday to watch these boys play the game.